Brother, I'm very...
This is close to you.
Yes,
and the specific one we are using, to do this discussion.
I'm very disturbed about the situation. But I think we have to throw the light bigger and wider than we are seeing now. Because I don't see so much of corruption, but I see so much of monetization. We need to define the two concepts separately and see where actually we can put our finger. To be honest with you, by interpretation of corruption per our statutes, it has a different meaning and connotation altogether than what is happening now. Because there is an expectation of an influence using materialism. There is an expectation of a performance which would otherwise have been contrary to that which you have done and which will be situated within the law and which makes it unlawful for you to have done, then we can pronounce corruption. Indeed, giving money to somebody cannot be interpreted as corruption. And also, even if you're a public officer, if somebody gives you money and it is unable to influence you to act contrary to what your office requires, that cannot be a complete chain of events that has culminated in corruption. So we need to be careful to understand the concepts very well to be able to apportion the blame and apply the law. In this particular instance, I read that there is an allegation of the CEO having used public funds wrongly. Does it make it corruption? If you take money that doesn't belong to you from one position to the other to your benefit, that is stealing. That may not necessarily be corruption, but stealing, because corruption will go beyond the stealing to identify the action of the receiver and situate it within the law and see whether it is inconsistent.
Does your position change on looking at it as stealing rather than corruption?
Look,
or both, when this is what happened, as we understand the facts, that there has been transfers from the program's accounts into various accounts, and that the monies have been used to give to delegates.
Okay.
And when questioned, the answers are that this is what we do. We support people, with money. Is it loan? And we understand they are saying, no, this one is not loan. This one is grant. So for free, just giving it to them. And the question is asked, is it not curious that the monies are being distributed only to delegates in your constituency where you are interested in contesting and not any other part of the country at this particular time? So is that not using public office for private gain, which is the definition of corruption?
Something, that's where you go. Is it the case that he is precluded from advancing money for the purpose for which he did? If under his mandate, he is allowed to do that. Number two, is it only to these identified persons that his office has advanced monies to? If it so comes out that there are other people who are also beneficiaries of the same program, and these people happen to be part of the general, why would you punish anybody?
So for now, let's stick to what we know. So that these are monies coincidentally at a very time that you are going into a contest. And the money is being given to beneficiaries who are delegates.
You see, when you narrow it like that, you are tempted to look at it differently. But again,
600 of them, right?
Look at the mandate of the office. What is he supposed to do? He's supposed to give some amount of money which has been designated as grant to business people or people who have proposals. Is this money part of that grant money? Has he received the certain proposals as per the applicants? Do they qualify for the support that he is giving? It doesn't matter wherever they are. Are they not Ghanaians? If they are, and they have satisfied the criteria for selection. And they have been so, and something. You told me that there are about 600 delegates or so.
That's right.
But we are talking about 10 people. So does it mean that he has only selected 10 people who have not qualified? Or out of the, say, 600, all of them applied, but only 10 of them may have qualified and may have received the advancement of resources? How criminal is that if they have conformed to the expectation of the office? Does it?
One of them is the constituency secretary who presently is speaking for this particular candidate, and unimpeachable sources suggest that he alone received about 20,000 Ghana cedis.
Is it illegal for one person to receive 20,000 Ghana cedis? If the answer is no, then it cannot stop the CEO from doing, or the office from doing that. But something me and you.
The person is the constituency secretary. The person is presently speaking for this particular candidate.
He may be anybody, but trust me, in the case of Salah and Attorney General, the complaint was about somebody's closeness to a judge. What was the determination? That Ghana is a closed community. If we begin to identify people's office with their personal relationships, we won't get anybody to do any public job. Something, me and you, we are friends. Assuming I am in charge of an office, you are duly qualified for an application you put before me. Am I going to reject you because you are my friend? Will that be fair on you? Am I going to select somebody who is not my friend over you, although you may be more qualified than the person?
So this is a coincidence, not a curious coincidence, really.
So
is that what you're saying?
In all cases, I will not use relationship as a criteria for selection or for rejection. But look at the terms of the office. What am I supposed to do in selecting? Well, first and foremost, is there a fund like that?
Right, there is.
Am I supposed to disburse this fund?
You are.
On what criteria will Appiah-Kubi qualify as an applicant? So you take, is his name Appiah-Kubi? Yes. Is his age 66? Yes. Is he married? Yes. Has he a business proposal? Yes.
Additionally,
to the context.
Additionally, is he a delegate? Am I contesting elections where he's a delegate?
Something. Being a delegate or contesting an election doesn't make you doesn't deny you of your Ghanaian citizenship. It doesn't deny you of also your business inclinations. It doesn't deny you of the proposal that you own. It doesn't deny you of the opportunity that is available to Ghanaians, of which you are also one.
So that you don't even see an abuse. No. You don't see an abuse of office if these facts are what they are.
Notwithstanding the possibility of an abuse, what I have started doing is go through the checklist. Okay. That's you qualify.
All right.
So you must pre-qualify as a means of going from stage 1 to stage 2. Then stage 2, all the qualified applicants are here. Am I going to deny something because something is a delegate? No. If something is a delegate and there is somebody who is not a non-delegate, what is the quality of their application? Is something number 1 and the other one number 2, or is something number 2 and the other one number 1?
Right.
So if the non-delegate is number 1, then I am obliged to serve the non-delegate. But if, notwithstanding the relationship, something is still number 1, on what grounds will I deny the delegate because he's a delegate? All no. Right. So let's put those as a junior's considerations aside and look at the terms of office and the laws and also the programs and the capacities and the applications and all, and make sure that we are doing what is right by way of pre-qualifying the qualified people. Okay. So that we will go away. Otherwise, something, if you continue, he's a delegate, don't see him. And again, the good thing is that you say that there are 600 of them. 10 of them are being considered. And if 10 of them are being, what happened to the other 590? Did they apply and did
if
they
the 10 I identify to appear to hold some sort of leadership, within these delegates.
Does it disqualify you from anything?
Does that not suggest something to
Does
you?
it disqualify you also from anything?
That they may be the recipients who will then distribute.
Like I said, the friend scenario. Something. Are you telling me that because you are my friend, if you pre-qualify for a position, I should disqualify you because you are my friend? No,
right.
I don't think so. Let's look at the checklist.
And from our investigations, there is no paperwork.
Well, that is another matter.
All of this.
That is another matter. If there is no paperwork, then the pre-qualification criteria probably has been abused. If that is the case, then we can cite him for wrongdoing.
All right.
But
let me go to the phone. We have Kami Ayimedu-Antwi on the line.
For purposes of expanding the law, me and you may sacrifice to defend him, and let's see what the law will put us and put him and put the OSP.
Okay.